And now in Senegal, the last bastion of stability in West Africa is witnessing a major political crisis. Though Senegal has avoided a military coup that has hit other countries in the region, the opposition says it is witnessing an actual constitutional coup. President Macky Sall, who has completed 2 terms, has delayed elections, and this has sparked massive unrest in the country. In fact, there have been protests on the streets and chaos inside the parliament. Our next report gets you all the details.
Protests and violence on the streets. Ruckus and chaos inside the parliament. Senegal is in the middle of a political crisis. President Macky Sall postponed the elections scheduled for later this month. This sparked widespread anger and triggered massive protests. Opposition leaders and their supporters took to the streets. They marched against the president and chanted slogans. Soon, the protests turned violent as angry crowds burnt tires and pelted stones. They clashed with the police, who dispersed the protesters with tear gas in the capital city of Dakar. Dozens were arrested. Mobile internet access has been restricted as the protests continue to grow.
They're planning on keeping the power for another 6 months. But it's just a beginning. It's just a beginning. They're going to go on and on and on and on. We don't know. So everything we want is a fair election. Election, that's all we want. We don't want anything else. That's it.
We have no problem in this country. The politicians have a problem among themselves. Macky Sall should not change the constitution of Senegal because he found it here. But he respects neither Senegal nor the Senegalese people. He's here for himself and for his personal interests.
On Monday, Senegal's parliament voted to delay the presidential election until December 15th. Unruly scenes unfolded inside the parliament as the opposition called President Sall the architect of Africa's latest power grab and accused him of cracking down on dissent. Opposition lawmakers who tried to block the voting process were forcefully removed from the chambers by security forces.
C'est pas possible. Ils sont en train de voler la population du Sénégal. Du contraire, tout ce qui vient de se faire, le coup d'état constitutionnel.
This is nothing more than an extension of the term of office of the President of the Republic beyond the term laid down in the Constitution. He took an oath to be the absolute servant of the nation. But you have seen with us that he himself has just organized a constitutional coup.
Outside the parliament, while the lawmakers debated the bill, security forces fired tear gas at protesters. The adopted bill extends Sall's tenure, which was due to end on April 2nd. Macky Sall said the vote would not hold as planned. Amid disputes over a final list of presidential candidates that excluded several opposition aspirants. He also said he plans to have a national discussion to set clear and fair rules for the upcoming elections. Macky Sall was elected in 2012 and then again in 2019. Senegal's constitution limits presidents to 2 consecutive terms. For months now, he had not disclosed his ambitions for a 3rd term in office. The speculation had fueled violent unrest. In July, he said he would not stand again. On Saturday too, he reiterated that he would not stand for re-election. But the simmering crisis resurfaced after he announced a delay in elections. Opposition leader Khalifa Sall called it a constitutional coup and said the president was a leader who dreams of eternity. The Economic Community of West African States, or ECOWAS, and the African Union both expressed concern over Sall's postponement of elections. They also urged Senegalese authorities to organize elections as soon as possible. Senegal has often been viewed as a bastion of stability in West Africa. It has avoided military coups that have hit other countries in the volatile region. But this unprecedented move by President Macky Sall has exacerbated an already tense political climate in the West African nation.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.